Yeah, so obviously today, for those of you who were there, and I know many of you were in the room, you may have noticed as I was speaking, it became more difficult for me to catch my breath and actually deliver the sentences that I was reading from the text to celebrate a very good event, which was the 311 10th anniversary. And you know, I look forward to seeing the video myself, because at one point there I thought I was going to pass out, and I remember reaching for the wall to try and hold myself up, because I felt myself going down. I couldn't catch my breath. And then all the events unfolded that you saw. Hotel Du staff at Windsor Regional Hospital here at the Ouellette Campus have been great. Put me through a battery of different tests. All of the tests came back normal. And they've told me to take the rest of the day off. And I told them, well, I plan on being back at work at 8:30 tomorrow, and they said that was okay. But good news, everything is normal, and I can't explain it. You know, obviously it's terribly embarrassing for anybody to be up at a podium to have something like that happen, and I'm no different. But I'm a human being and experience the same things that everyone else experiences, and this is just one of those things that there's no diagnosis the hospital has that the doctors can give me, but it's something that happened. And you know, I said, well, how do I prevent something like that happening in the future? Because clearly, as the mayor, you've seen me at hundreds of different events and bringing remarks and speeches and talking and debating on stage. It's not an issue with comfort, and certainly wouldn't have been an issue with comfort with city staff celebrating the 10th anniversary of 311. And there is no way to prevent it in the future. So I'm going to continue follow up next week with another physician, and go through some more tests just to try and rule things out. And but I feel fine, and I'll be back at work. I'll take the rest of the afternoon off, but I plan on being back at work first thing in the morning. You know, I'll share with you something that happened between 9 and 10 this morning. We had a board meeting at the Economic Development Corporation, so I was there for the regular board meeting, sitting around the table, and there was a point during the board meeting where I was asked to make a comment, and I made comments for 3 or 4 minutes, actually telling a story of something that had happened related to economic development in the city. And when I was sharing that with the board members, I felt, even sitting down around the board table, that in the middle of the sentence I had to take a deep breath because I couldn't finish my sentence, and that was in a sitting position. So I noticed it between 9 and 10 that I was having a hard time catching my breath to be able to speak normally. And that was in again, a very relaxed setting around a board table. And I rushed from there before the meeting was done to get down to deliver the remarks. So I was kind of running into the room at the last minute when I came into the 311 event. But I felt fine going up to the podium. I didn't feel unusual or anything abnormal. And I was nearly done my speech, quite frankly. It was just that I know, if I watched Dale's video, there was one point where I made a deliberate stop for a few minutes, for a few seconds, just to take a full breath, and then I went into the next sentence, and I don't know if I even got through that sentence, because that's when I remember reaching out and kind of stepping back and away from the podium. So obviously it's an embarrassing thing for anyone to go through, that public is in, you know, the public eye and doing public speaking. But I'm assured by the physicians here that blood work is normal, x-rays are normal, everything's normal, and leaving here today I feel fine.
What do you think it was?
Well, I'm not a doctor, so I rely on the experts, and there were 2 doctors here and a radiologist that read the x-ray, and they're all saying that everything comes back normal. So I don't know what it is, but I'll continue to follow up, like I said, next week, go for some more tests just to be sure and rule things out. But at this point, everything's normal, and I actually feel fine.